June 1st, 2012. Nice warm day here in Utah. What a day. Gold up 65. TBT hits 14.74. The Dow down 275. NASDAQ down almost 80. S&P down 32. 10-year yield 1.47. I noticed the new record on the 30-year bond too. So, of course, this shouldn't be surprising to some of us. And other people don't get the context. But these forces of economic collapse, you think of the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire became corrupt, and so it collapsed. The United States empire, and it is an empire, the biggest one in world history, is corrupt. And it's in the throes of collapse. It's collapsing. So financially, as I've said for several years, it's over. It's been propped up with smokes and mirrors. Trillions of dollars of stimulus. Massively low interest rates. I was watching Lawrence Fink today, BlackRock CEO, and he's talking about Europe's interest rates being too high because they've got, the one-year note, I guess, at 1% or something like that. And I was like, wow, how low do you got to go? The big picture, when I got out of BYU in 1980, mortgage rates were 14%, prime rate was 21%. Just think if the economy was like that now, how bad it would be. So, interest rates were lowered. Yeah, the Federal Reserve was complicit. They've sucked all the life out of the U.S. economy, and so it's over. It's not bearish or bullish. It's just reality. So people are like, I'm American. We're going to be entrepreneurs, and we're going to work our way out of this. No, it's over. We allowed the bankers, the secret combinations, to come in, formalize it in 1913. They've sucked us dry, got wives out there working that should be at home or have the option to stay at home. Students in debt, municipalities in debt, individuals in debt, credit card debt. 1 out of 4 home sales last year, foreclosures. It is over. Another thing that Mr. Fink said, housing will recover in a year. Oh, really? So, you see the talking heads, and the important talking heads, when you got the CEO of BlackRock on, I listen. Bilderberg's going on, all that kind of stuff. I listen. But the root of all this is spiritual. All things are spiritual in the end. It just happened to be my lot to be fascinated by economics. Yeah, I wanted to be an investment banker when I was a little kid. I wanted to work for Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, and Smith, White Weld Capital Markets. I was all stoked about it. And I studied at BYU and read the Wall Street Journal like it was the Bible, watched everything, made some money in real estate, some pretty good money. Then started studying who really controls the world, even before Harvard. And back there, Mitt Romney, my state president, probably will be our next president. Fits prophecy. It's supposed to be a Republican that's in when it totally collapses. So one of the prophecies that I've read. How do you know if somebody's a prophet? If they make prophecies and they come true. MLT, do you think you're a prophet? I study it a ton. Have I made some predictions that haven't come true? Yeah. So am I a prophet all the time? No. The Bible says, would God that all Israel were prophets. So everybody should try to be a prophet. It means you're a spiritual person. Anyway, to me it's not prophecy. It's just like evidence. So another beautiful day, sun comes up, but the market's collapsed. And it was interesting to hear, once again, the CEO of BlackRock talking about the orderly demise of Greece. Well, suck Greece dry, suck out all their assets, make the people more into indentured servants, boom, 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 boom. So, the Roman Empire collapsed. This world empire will collapse. It's a planned collapse. Down to the details. So, in this planned collapse, our saviors will be the New World Order, a worldwide government, under Lucifer. This goes way back to the pre-existence, to the war in heaven, to fight between good and evil. And, one of the big problems here on this earth is that people don't know who God is. God is not and organized religion. People have the right to belong to organized religions. The one in the Middle Ages, the one that was organized for political reasons back in 314, the Holy Roman Catholic Church, has roughly 1 billion members. Some people have the right to believe that, hey, the Pope talks to God, del Papa. And then people have the right to believe whatever they want to believe. God's about that. But he's not about when people kill or maim or torture because others don't believe like church leaders believe. That's wrong, and they will be judged for that. So this whole economic thing, this economic collapse, is happening because America is corrupt. Started with, we got away from Europe. We broke away. We had freedom for not that long, maybe 50 or 60 years. Then the Fed got in, the IRS comes in, Roosevelt comes in. Whoever thinks Roosevelt's a good president doesn't understand freedom. Roosevelt was about slavery, indentured servitude, telling people they can work till they're 65 and retire. And now it's in all this people's heads, I can work and retire. No, you can't. Retirement funds are bankrupt, they're belly up. A lot of people know that personally, right now. And so you listen to the big financial people on CNN or whatever, and this guy's going to tell you like how to sock away money so you can retire. It's like, this guy, he's not smoking pot because he'd probably be more enlightened. He's like taking prescription drugs and eating GMOs, and he has no idea what's going on. Or he's making too much money, saying, if you save and put money in your IRA and you work hard, you're going to be okay. It's a lie. I've known that since the mid-'80s. So, the system's unraveling. It's going under, of course. Where will gold go? Well, gold was up $65 today. Why? Safe haven. Bonds plummeted today, lowest in U.S. history. Why? Perceived safe haven. I can't even say that. Perceived safe haven. But the United States government is not a safe haven. As we were taught in undergraduate and graduate school, the riskless rate. Is the riskless rate really now 2.45% for 30 years to lend your money to the U.S. government? Is that really the riskless rate? Is it really riskless to lend your money to the U.S. government at 7% for 10 years? I guess in Spanish it's not going to be the riskless rate. In Spain, and once again, interesting to hear Mr. Fink talk about that the Spanish auctions might not go through. So, yeah, it's falling apart. That's why you need to find who you can trust. Be loving and kind to your loved ones and other people that you find, because they're going to be a cleansing. It's going to get really bad, horribly bad, as far as what we're used to. But it's karma. We've gotten away from God. We've rejected Him. Can't talk about tons of stuff. And there'll be this separation between those that are godless, even though they might try to draw close to God with their lips. They're faking it. And it's up to you to discern whether it's real or not. So, the greatest gift now is the gift of discernment. Take care of your health. Get ready. Once again, I really appreciate you subs. You leave me messages or stuff like this. Thank you so much. It's encouraging. Because when you figure things out, it can be alone. Your family doesn't have to figure it out. Your friends, you go to church and they're like, whoa. Or people haven't figured it out partially. Yes, some of us have it pretty deeply figured out. And how is that? Get in touch. Whatever you want to call it. I don't get lost in semantics. If somebody's doing yoga and their top chakra's open, great. If I'm listening to Red Elk and he says some things while he's smoking a bunch of cigarettes, I'm going to take it in. If there's a guy in a suit that makes a prophecy, I'm going to take it in and watch to see if it gets fulfilled. Jesus Christ is real. I know there's tremendous argument and debate about Him, but He is the Son of God. I was thinking, it'd be good to put up a website and just talk about truth. God. Well, his son is going to rule and reign on this earth. Not too long from now. It's conditional. Nobody knows the day or time why. It's conditional on our behavior. But he's coming. So the New World Order is going to have its day with this planned collapse for about 3.5 years. See, it's down to the science. It's precise. Why? Where does it come from? From the Bible. Bible's full of truth. Book of Revelations is full of truth. Isaiah is full of truth. Daniel is full of truth. So what's going to happen? Read them. It's not in the Wall Street Journal. The Bilderbergers think they're talking about what's going to happen, and it's what they, in their little tiny world of what's going to happen, which is this world, sure, they can plan some things out. But the big kahuna, God, he is in charge. He's watching freedom. He knows there's going to be mayhem. There's going to be a lot of suffering, and he will comfort those at the appropriate time. Right now, be tough. Be loyal to who? To your heart. Because if your heart's right, you get in touch with your other set of parents. Because you got two parents up there. Duh. You got two parents here on earth. You got two parents up there. It's just so obvious. That's why when I find, sometimes I'll find other people that's really obvious. Like, wow, there's somebody else that gets it. Anyway, God bless you guys that have the family farm or the mortgage paid off. Even if you're in the middle of Boston or Detroit or Argentina or France or wherever, we have our freedom to move on to the next day and improve our lot. You know, I was watching that video the other day with, back when I crumple up the dollars, get rid of these. Well, time will come when they'll be worthless. Yeah, gold's going back up, and it'll, I don't know exactly when it'll go to 2,000 or 3,000. But all hope is already broken loose. Obvious to more people today. I think that smoke and mirrors will probably be in place and up to the election. Of course, if Obama has not been for freedom in almost anything, taking money from somebody and forcibly taking it and giving it to somebody else is not freedom. That's legalized theft. People I love run food stamps, but every one of you, you're accepting money that's been forcibly extracted from somebody else. And now it's so bad it's just printed up. So I can't even blame people that are on food stamps that much. Would I be on them? No. Why? Because it's a matter of principle with me. I made up my mind when I studied the Constitution in the 80s, I would not take a government handout. So, when I'm living in a car, or I have enough for an apartment, good. Over the last weekend, I ate like 15 types of wild edibles. There's stuff growing everywhere. So, quite a day in the financial markets. The financial devastation is, that's just a tiny bit. It'll totally collapse. So, God bless. He's real. And there's only one real God. So if you can get through all the fake stuff, get through all the BS, find peace and get ready. Get ready. The second coming is coming, and the most intelligent people will be looking forward to the second coming and read the scriptures and know the signs of the times and be prepared. The few of us that will be prepared for the wonderful second coming in glory of our Lord Jesus Christ.